Okay, guys, I went in and had a bite to eat, and I let my subconscious mind think things over here. This video's gotten way too long. In lieu of me making a mess of editing, I'm going to give you a short version option right here. We took the seal out, took the throat bearing out as a kind of a fight with these. These are the high performance clips. They're not like the stock clips, and they are difficult to get in there, but that's what you want. You want it to stay in there. You'll see that there's a gob of something silvery here. It looks like metal. What that is some anti-seize compound just to help lubricate that. I did pull out the old seal, and it gave me a little bit of a struggle, which they sometimes do. One of my favorite tools for removing that seal was a snap-on cotter pin tool, and over the years I finally abused it enough where it broke, and I got this aftermarket thing. I don't know where I got it, some tool place, and you jam it in there and pull it back, and it did not work. It snapped off. I used this seal removal tool. You can see that it's bent up. What you want to do is be extremely careful that you do not scratch this surface on the main shaft, which goes in like this, goes inside your transmission. This is going to be loose. It's supposed to move around. What centers that is the pilot bearing in the end of the crankshaft that has got needle bearings in it. Do not use silicone when you put the new seal in. I used a piece of 3/4 inch pipe with a coupling on it. It slid over both of them, and I was able to smack the new one home. You want to seat that completely all the way home. Wash it out with brake fluid. This has been painted. It's an aftermarket transmission. It's got a close third and fourth. It's not an aftermarket transmission. It's just been redone, rebuilt, and super diff and close third and fourth. I'm in the process of changing out this boot. I don't see anything the matter with it, but while I was in there and the engine's out of the way and I can have access to it, I found 4 out of the 8 bolts that holds the heavy-duty side cover on loose. There's supposed to be an O-ring seal in there. I'm beginning to have doubts on everything that was done on this car. I keep running into things like the no grease in the spindles and little oddities here and there, the welded spring plates that were all cracked up, and now we've got another thing. I decided that I checked the end play on my crankshaft. The end play was very nice indeed. But being me, I wanted to take things apart. It looked kind of oily and wet in there. I'm trying to trace down some oil leaks, so this car is new to me, so I want to know everything I can about it. I was pleased about the end play. Somebody had put silicone around the studs here. It has one of those heavy-duty puck clutches, which I really don't like these things. It has a hydraulic clutch. It wasn't really that grabby. Running a Kennedy Stage 1 pressure plate with the early style throw-up bearing. All of this came apart. All of this is pretty much standard stuff, but I thought the oil seal might have been put in a little bit crooked. I looked at the back of the flywheel, and I'm not seeing the mark, but something looked familiar on that. I'm not seeing the mark for the oil seal, but you know, it has the O-ring on the inside to seal it there. They've obviously had trouble with it because the ends of the dowels all had silicone on them. So and the clutch side didn't have oil on it, but the engine side did. I have since cleaned off the casting there, the casing, with brake cleaner, and you'll note that this is supposed to be a 2275 with 94 jugs, and behind number 3 is not filled in, and this is an AS41 case. That's a puzzle in and of itself, which we will pursue someday. But for right now, the engine itself is working good. So I came out here and I was thinking about putting that flywheel back on. And then the light bulb popped. And I realized what was going on here. This thing is dull. This is a lightened flywheel. You can tell. Here's all that metal that's been cut off right here. Here's a stock flywheel off my old 1776. And you can see how close it comes up to the ring gear. You may have heard something just then. So that's the key thing. This original lightened flywheel is the El Cheapo flywheel. And hear the difference? That's a cast flywheel. I don't know about being dangerous, but I do know for a fact, I got one of these once before and I had it on my 2-liter for a few years. It always leaked. I put 2 or 3 different seals in there thinking they were crummy seals, and it kept leaking until I put the more expensive lightened chromoly flywheel on there from CB Performance. And I think I'm going to be ordering another one. This is an 8-dowel crank, or a flywheel. I might see how it fits on there. I don't have anything against a heavy flywheel for an off-road toy car. This is not a race car. Guys put the lightened flywheels so they'll rev quicker. But I like that 82 millimeter crank. The torque that you get off of that. That's what I like. And for idling around, putting around, and then having to climb hills and going in and out of ruts and stuff like that, a heavier flywheel. Heavy car, heavy flywheel. I consider this desert car a heavy car. Even though it's a lot less than the Baja or something like that. But I don't know. I think there's enough motivation here to just leave it set. And I'm going to order the chromoly lightened flywheel, a stock solid disc, and then I'll put it back together and I don't have to keep messing around with it. So that's what I found today. I was hoping to get this done and back in and move on to some actual getting it out and driving around. It's been awful hot lately, but it's a little cooler up in the mountains, and doggone it, just seems one interruption after another. And it's going to just have to wait a little bit until I get some new parts here. So, anyhow, thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing. Easy Jesus. Easy Jesus. Oh, that's funny. That's because I'm so damn tired. I must have the patience of Job. This car, it has just been one thing after another. What's next? The electrical? We haven't messed with electrical yet. Oh my. So, at any rate, we'll keep things nailed down at this end. I hope you have a good day and everything goes well on your projects. I'm tired. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing. TheEZGZ out. Some days it just don't pay to pick up a wrench, you know what I mean? Anyhow, this is all good, because when we get her done, we should be able to drive this puppy for a long time, and it should be nice and reliable. And if something does happen, we'll know where to start looking in the trouble spots, right? Take care.